What's going on, guys? Phil Bailey, In Motion Travel Guide 2013 2014, first little episode snippet. We're going to be doing a gear review talking about this Overboard Class 3 waterproof backpack. Now, shout out to Overboard. If you guys are watching this video, In Motion Travel Guide, Modern Masterpiece, AMA, we need your gear. I actually really like this bag. Now, I do have some positives and some negatives about this bag. I'm going to tell you all about that stuff. I actually have some videos along the bottom. I'm going to show you guys some videos that was shot with my mother's cell phone. And actually, I was showing you how this bag actually was either buoyant or non-buoyant. Is this bag a lifesaver? Is this bag worth the $79.99 price tag? Which, by the way, I got it for $20 because I am an eBayer. Yes, eBay. So we want to dive right in, and we want to talk a little bit about some of the features. We're going to talk about the build quality. We're going to talk about, what does it mean to be Class 3? Does it really live up to its standards? I've had this bag for about 2 years, I think. And it's unfortunate. I did not have this in the Philippines. I would have loved to have it. I had some crappy, school backpack. Anyway, let's get right into the review. So, this backpack is a electronically sealed waterproof backpack. You can see here branded with Overboard. Some things you'll notice right away. Some of the features. You have water holder. You've got another water holder on this side. You have some kind of, they're not really grommets, I don't think, but they're kind of like little loops. Maybe you can see this a little bit better. They have some kind of loop there. And I just have this one to show that I got a carabiner through there. They have a strap, which, where does this thing go again? I don't quite remember where this goes, actually. So I'll forget that part for now. Let's see. We've got a reflective patch at the bottom, so that way you can hopefully be seen. There's not enough, in my opinion. There's kind of this like webbing down the middle, and I think that's just to kind of like seam it up, make the bag a little bit tighter. I don't really think it has much purpose at all. We have some smaller kind of grommet holes on this side here. Flipping around back, we have a Velcro strap, which is to allow you to secure the bag. You can see we've got some kind of padded straps. You can also see really closely, maybe if I turn it in the light a little bit, that these are little hairs because the electronic seals have been coming undone, and like I said, I put my gear through lots of tests, and I actually use my gear as if, is this a survival tool? Is this just something that I'm going to take to the beach? And what can I actually do with this bag that I have that I'm spending all this money on? So we've got a little handle. You can hold it like this very easily. Up above, we've got this nice little bit of fabric that we can roll underneath just like this. You guys forgive my armpit hairs. No, I don't shave under my arms. But, that's just for aesthetics for the video. Don't mind me. And I just got out of the pool because obviously I'm doing a review. You got to be authentic, you guys. So basically, to move along, we've got some kind of shoulder adjustment here. And my opinion is just, it's just an okay bag. It's not really great. It's not excellent. It's just okay. I really do like the Overboard branding here on these straps. And there's also a piece that kind of like a bridge right here that you can snap the two together. Let's see if I can do this real quick. So we can snap there. There's actually one down by the waist, but if you look here, it broke. It actually broke recently, and I was quite disappointed. It would be awesome if this was like anodized aluminum or something like that. kind of the same material as these carabiners here. So basically, that's just an overall, you know, aesthetic of the bag, kind of like some of the features. Actually, one thing that I missed, which I might not be able to point it out here, but there's actually a fold-out pouch inside, and this pouch is apparently supposed to be somewhat water resistant. I don't know if you can see that water there, but there is water leaking onto my furniture. And you hear this? Can you hear the water in there? This is actually some residual water from this bag. And you can see how wet the bottom is there. It's claimed to be electronically sealed, but like I said, I mean, when you fill this thing up with air, you can squeeze and you can actually see oxygen, or you can see bubbles along here. So it's like, okay, you know, maybe I broke the seals over the duration of the, you know, 1 to 2 years that I've had it. Either way, that's not really a big issue. Now let's talk about some of the things that I really do like about it. First of all, you can kind of fill it with a little bit of air. You roll it over a few times, and you can snap. And if you watch other videos on this backpack, you will see this very, you will see a similar review. So we don't really want to talk about that. Let's dive right in and talk about, you know, my experience with this bag. How did I actually test it? Like I said, along the bottom of this video, I'm going to be showing you guys, you know, how buoyant was this bag. Was it even buoyant at all? Did I float at all? Will this bag float on its own? Will it keep your gear dry and protected? As you saw, the inside, you know, and the bottom is actually, that's water coming from the inside of the bag. So no, it will not keep, you know, a MacBook Pro or like an Android tablet from getting wet. Having said that, this is a good backpack where if you are going camping, and if you absolutely, put it this way, when I go to the Philippines again, in this exact condition, I would take this bag and I would trust the majority of my life with this bag, because my experience in the pool tonight, I've done some very extensive testing with this bag and survival, because I think that that's a very important thing, that when you have gear like climbing gear or swimming gear or whatever you have, make sure you really test it to its limits of what the gear is supposed to be for you. Because, you know, God forbid you get into an area or a situation and you're not able to fulfill, you know, certain procedures that maybe you could have practiced on, like I did out there in the pool. So I want to talk to you a little bit about, you know, what I did, as I'm like, oh, I think that said it was time for a bit of wine. Great. So yeah, so basically, so what I did was, I was out there at the pool. I basically filled the bag with air, and as you will know, you kind of open the bag up, you kind of will do a sweeping kind of motion, close the bag tight, give it a kind of a gap, roll it down tight, 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 and you're going to get some kind of an air pocket. Now if you look at some of the videos that I'm going to have listed below, you will see me where I'm actually showing you how to make an air pocket, and you'll see when I'm in the water, maybe you'll see when I'm in the water a slight air pocket that would keep me either buoyant or non-buoyant. That's for you to watch the video. I don't want to give everything away. So basically, yeah, I did those kind of tests. I let the bag. Adobe Photoshop group, post your link to your Twitter page or other. That's my Google. Sorry, my Google talks to me. Anyway, what I'm saying is that I threw the bag into the pool. I wanted to see whether it would float or whether it would not float. I also jumped into the pool with air already in this bag, and if it was floating or not floating, I was going to see whether or not I could hold myself up with it. That was one of the tests that I did. Another test that I did was I wanted to see if I could retain air and how long could I float you know, in one single spot? Could I swim with it? Could I doggy paddle? Could I be on my stomach? What kind of positions could I actually float with this bag? Um, and I must say, you know, I was quite impressed again by the Overboard Class 3 waterproof bag, which is electronically sealed. And Overboard, if you're watching this video, I would really love you to send me another bag, because my bag is just, I really want to see, you know, what your duffel bags can do. You guys got these mini duffel bags that are like, oh, I think 35-liter duffels. I would love to get any one of those. I would even love to get, you know, a yellow version of this bag as well to have more visibility for some of our AMA or in motion travel guide adventures. Um, but yeah, I was like highly impressed with this bag because, I mean, you know, you watch Bear Grylls and you've seen like Les Stroud. I think I learned about this bag from Les Stroud. Shout out to Les Stroud. He is like the realest survival guy out there. Dave Kenneberry, shout out to you, Dave Kenneberry, man. I freaking love all your videos. I learned a lot of wilderness survival from you guys, and so I wanted to share my knowledge and at least give you guys some good tips about, you know, whether or not these bags that we think are good, whether or not they're actually good. So let's see what else. So, you know, I like I said, I tried floating with the bag. I've tried swimming with the bag. Um, I've got water just dripping all over me right now. So it's really not, it's not waterproof, and I don't think Class 3 means waterproof. I think Class 3 means it's water resistant enough to a certain depth, and it can retain a certain amount of air. Maybe you can have air chambers. And I don't know if this bag was intended to be kind of a survival bag. I don't know if it was marketed to be a, you know, hiking bag. I think I've put water bladders in this before. There's no water bladder pocket, but apparently, you know, I just put a bladder in there, ran the hose out, and it's good to go. I used to carry lots of things in this bag, so the straps are very strong for that. One critique is what I would love to see Overboard is I would love to see this webbing right here. I would have loved to see this be like a double webbing where it's strong enough that if I need to disassemble my bag, maybe there's some kind of loop or thing where maybe you got a carabiner where I can loop it to some portion down here, like even like this. You know, maybe I could carabiner from the shoulder to down below with some kind of aluminum grommets and very strong double webbed arm. That way I could use this webbing excess on my bag to climb with, and I can combine all that with my Mad Rock gear. And I like to think about getting multiple uses, and I think a lot of people out there who are backpack enthusiasts or survivalists or whatever, we all like to get the majority of uses, lots of uses out of our gear. We don't want just one use. We want like 4 or 5 uses. Otherwise, there's no point in carrying it because it's just too heavy. This bag doesn't weigh much at all. You know, here's a pinky if you can see that. You know, it's really not heavy. Obviously, there's nothing in there but a few carabiners. Again, excuse my armpit hair. I'm not shaving for you guys. This is all for me. Anyway, so basically, the last part of my test that I did was I wanted to take my backpack and, oh, sorry, that's not the last one. There's a few others. So, I don't have video of this yet, but I will make more videos, especially if you guys want me to show you more. Leave comments below, and I'll definitely make as many videos as I can to help you guys out and show you more. But basically, I put the backpack on me like this. So I just had it on. Now okay, let's see if I can squat down a little bit. So the backpack was filled with air, right? So there's an air pocket in the bag, and it was on me like this, just like a regular life jacket. Now, I was testing whether or not to see if I could float on my stomach, and because I don't have video of that part, I'm going to let you know I was able to float on my stomach with this backpack just like this. You kind of have to hold your head like this, so that way you don't get, you won't get any kind of water intake. but nonetheless, you could float like that. All of the other examples, again, all the videos below, you can see proof of this bag working or failing, and you can actually see to what extent would this bag probably fail. I know Overboard has class 6, and if this is a class 3 and it's as good as it is, I can only imagine a class 6 should be exponentially better. It shouldn't just be, you know, twice as good or 3 times as good as this one. It should actually be like, you know, 9 times better. It should be extremely well built. I really don't, I mean, I like the comfort of the straps, but I really feel like maybe they should have been a little bit better. I like how I can take one of my carabiners and actually use that. That's actually pretty cool. And I can hang things like that from there if I needed to. Like I said, I'm just all about getting the most use out of my gear. What else did I do with this bag? The most important one, and I'm going to wrap up this video. It's going to be about maybe 20 minutes or so, but I think this will be an extensive commentary about this Overboard Class 3 bag. And definitely shout out to you, Overboard, again. Like I said, you know, what would I do to get a freaking another one of your bags, or even a duffel bag? I mean, I would do as many videos, reviews, and I would freaking go so many places, Yosemite, Philippines, wherever. Just send me the bag, please. Basically, I did a test where the bag was completely flat and it was on my back just like this. And I dove into the water and I swam out to where the water was deep, where I knew that my feet would not touch the bottom, and I knew that I was far enough away from the edges where I would have needed to have this bag save me. So I spent a lot of time out there floating around. I struggled for about maybe 5, 6, 7 minutes of basically taking the bag off just like this as I'm in the water. I'm taking the bag off like this. I'm bringing it around to my stomach. I'm opening it up. I'm unclipping it. Now, what I did was I went underwater. The bag stayed above water, and all while I'm underwater, I'm unraveling this. Keep in mind, this is all above water, so the water level may be here. If you can see that, yeah, the water level may be here. So I have the bag above water level, and I'm trying to open up, get some air in there, roll it back down, and as I roll it down, there is a slight air pocket. You can just barely see this little air pocket. This little bit of air pocket may or may not keep you buoyant. It depends on your body. It depends on how ninja you are, in terms of how light can you make yourself. And so I would try to hold the bag like this, and you can see this pocket right now with not much in it. And definitely watch the videos below. There may be, you know, 2 minutes, 3 minutes or so. I don't really know quite how long they are, but I show you other close-ups of this in color. And yeah, I mean, again, I hands down to Overboard. I really love their products. They have iPhone, iPad protectors. They have armband for phones, which are waterproof. They basically have waterproof headphones. They have waterproof backpacks. They have waterproof messenger bags. They have a version of what they call a dry sack. This is actually a company called Top Sky, and this is somewhat waterproof as well. You can see here how I can put air into this. This is more buoyant, to be honest. This is more buoyant than this particular Overboard bag, and this was about $5 on eBay. And the only reason why I say it's more buoyant is because however they did this, the Overboard is supposed to be electronically sealed, but this bag, I think I'm going to have to do a video review on this, and let's compare. Let's compare. I'm going to get this. I can blow this up, and then I can probably swim like this, and this might even save my life. And this thing, you know, it carries other survival gear, but even with my survival gear in this, I could probably float with this. And that's going to be a good video to do for a motion travel guide. This is what my channel is all about. I really want to just give my opinion. Sometimes I talk too much. Other times I feel like, you know what? Some people like the commentaries. If you don't like the commentaries, watch the short little videos and just see proof of concept of whether or not my hypothesis is true. Now, this bag is about a $79 bag, I believe. I bought mine for $19.99 off eBay. Excuse me, I bought it for 1 penny off of eBay, and the shipping was $19.99. And I said, you know what? They're trying to make money off of the shipping. I don't care. It's gonna be $20 bag. I bought a $70 bag, $80 bag for 20 bucks. It got to me safely. I've used it for 2 years. I love the bag. I love Overboard, and all because of watching shows like Man vs. Wild, you know, and all of the less shot videos. I'm able to be exposed to these kind of products. So I want to show you guys my version of this product, and hopefully you guys enjoy this video. My name is Phil Bailey. I'm the founder of InMotion Travel Guide, and also if you want to see more personal videos about who I am as a designer, entrepreneur, check out my other channel, Phil Bailey, on YouTube and my Google Plus. Circle me on Google Plus if you want to get to know more about me. I'm an architect major. I'm an entrepreneur. You know, I've got a lot of tech projects. You know, I've got the whole, like I said, architect thing going on. You want to see me do some ninja stuff? InMotion Travel Guide. You want to see me design some houses and some, you know, sustainable buildings. You want to see me grow organically. Watch my Phil Bailey channel. And again, I thank you guys for watching. Please subscribe. You know, subscribe to both channels. I think they all have a good balance of, you know, personal me and like gear, adventure, and let's do it. 2013, 2014, InMotion Travel Guide.